The process used to communicate and resolve claims in a recovery audit is probably one of, if not the most important components of a recovery audit. Why do I say this? Well, I'll use an analogy. I think we've all been in a situation where we've gotten a bill in the mail coming from, either the IRS, coming from our insurance company, or some other organization we transact with that we didn't expect, that says that we owe funds that we didn't think we owed, and we may not even owe those funds. What feeling do you get when that happens to you? I had it happen to me about 3 or 4 years ago with the IRS, and it was incorrect. But I immediately felt anxiety, and I felt a weight on my shoulder that I had to get to a resolution. Well, what was my experience in trying to get to that resolution? Well, I called up the main line to the IRS. I had to go through a bunch of prompts. I waited on lines over and over again. And the person I ultimately got in touch with couldn't really answer my questions and resolve the situation. It took about 2 or 3 months before I knew that it had been resolved and that I didn't owe that money to the IRS. This is how vendors and suppliers feel often as they get recovery audit claims. They want to be able to get to the right answer and get to a resolution. They may owe the money, they may not. They want to be able to understand what the basis of the claim is, etc. But often the recovery audit firm or the internal recovery resources that provided the claim aren't available, and they're not able to resolve and work with those vendors in real time. And so as you're planning and building a recovery audit program, or you're looking to improve your recovery audit program, I would put a high emphasis on availability, and and I mean availability of not only resources that support the claim, documents, supporting documentation, but also individuals to discuss with those vendors and suppliers quickly what the issues are and get to the right answer fast. When I've been in the process of trying to communicate a large claim, I always, in addition to reaching out and providing documentation for that claim, I give my Microsoft bookings link and I say, hey, if you want to book some time with me to walk through this claim and potentially, discuss whether it's correct or accurate, put some time on my calendar later today or tomorrow, and we can discuss it. I'd say about 25 to 50% of the individuals who I reach out to with significant claims do that. We have a good discussion. We're able to understand each other. Often we find out that it's an issue that vendor or supplier already knew about, but maybe there was documentation, a credit memo had gotten lost, or some other situation had happened that made it not so transparent. Um, I think that is a big component in a recovery audit, making sure that your vendors and suppliers, as they receive those claims, have an avenue to get someone on the phone, a real person on the phone, who understands the circumstance, who understands the situation, and can answer any of their questions regarding the claim and get to a resolution. Anyways, I hope y'all are having a great Friday, and yeah, happy Easter. Thanks. Bye.